Understandably so, there's a lot of eyes and ears on the PlayStation 4 Pro right now, but some eyes are looking forward to the horizon, which is bringing with it the release of the Xbox One Scorpio. And now we have some comments from Phil Spencer, who discussed a couple of things. Now, in a recent interview with LevelUp.com, he did confirm that, unsurprisingly, the Scorpio will be a more expensive machine than the current Xbox One S. And he said, quote, for us, when we think about the product lineup that we have, obviously our most affordable console will be the S console. And we make sure that we're building that console and putting the features into that console to make it as enjoyable and desirable to as many people as possible at the price. Scorpio will be a premium console. It will cost more than the S, obviously. That's how we're building it. We haven't announced price points for the Scorpio yet, but I want to make sure that the investments we are putting into the Scorpio meets the demands of the higher end consumer, and that will mean a higher price. The way for all of us when we think about the console market is we should understand, there's not one product that our customers buy. Some people come in and buy the 500 gig Xbox One S, while many are now buying the original Xbox One consoles that are at a very good price. So, well, there's more comments from Spencer to come. I just want to focus on what he just said for a second there. It's hardly a shocker. I don't think anyone's fainted away like a damsel in an old film at the utterance from Phil Spencer that the Scorpio is going to cost more than the S. I don't think that's going to be a world-ending revelation anytime soon. But it still, obviously, is interesting to get it sort of hammered in that it's going to be a premium console. Will it be as much as the original Xbox One was on launch? Possibly. Probably not. It won't be that expensive. But given, of course, it had the Kinect, and obviously the Scorpio will not have the Kinect. But obviously it is going to have way more powerful hardware than the Xbox One did at launch. Of course, again, we don't know what they paid, what kind of deals they've struck, what specs there even is inside the machine, but I don't see them pricing it much higher than the Pro. Now, depending on which variation you get, whether you get a game with it and that sort of thing, the Pro is about 300 to 350 depending, so we can probably expect the Scorpio to be about 400, I would say is a fairly safe estimate, but again that is pure speculation. No insider knowledge has given me that particular answer, but if I end up being right, cool, I'm happy to take the credit. Anyway, the other comment that Spencer made was an interview with Stevivor, and that the Scorpio is being specifically designed so that both 360 and Xbox One games will just run on it, so quote-unquote backwards compatibility will be a thing with Xbox 360, and of course it's not really backwards compatibility with the Xbox One, given that they've said many times that it will be running Xbox One games. And he said, quote, "We very specifically designed it on Scorpio so Xbox games just run. It's nothing like Xbox 360 backwards compatibility right now. There's a lot of technical wizardry involved in that. We didn't want to have to do that again." So obviously that points to the backwards compatibility on the Scorpio being quite different in its execution than we do have on the 360. Perhaps this will mean you can just put the disc in, it will run, there won't be any faffing around. Perhaps it will be a simpler process for the user, and obviously a simpler for Microsoft to actually achieve, from Phil Spencer's wording here. Either way, it is present, it's just using a different methodology to what we have with the Xbox 360's, well, the capability to run Xbox 360 games, should I say, on the Xbox One via that technical wizardry that Phil is mentioning here. So, I would love to hear some thoughts from you on the Xbox Scorpio pricing. What would you say is a good price for the machine? I'd say about 400, that being pounds obviously, is a pretty good estimate for the console, but of course without knowing the specs it's really hard to say. It's obviously going to be a premium, but that's not really a price, it's just, yeah, it's going to be premium, so it's going to be more expensive than the current Xbox lineup, but given that you can get an Xbox One now for like £180, it's not really that helpful. Anyway, let me know your thoughts. What would you think the Xbox Scorpio will be? How much do you think they're going to charge for it? And all that good stuff. So thank you very much for watching. As always, your support is really appreciated. Do remember to like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. It does help out a great deal, and I'll see you next time.